Hi everyone, this is Sandy Crane with the Heart, and today I'm participating in a fun YouTube hop to celebrate the owner of the Not Too Shabby shop, Jamie's birthday. There's also an Instagram hop. Be sure to visit the playlist so you can see everyone else who's participating in the hop. Hopefully you'll get a lot of fun ideas. So for the hop, I actually made 2 cards. And I'm using a couple products that I got from the Not Too Shabby shop and actually did not use. And so it's kind of the theme for my summer vacation, is to get inky with all the things that I bought and I actually did not use. And so I don't want to just be a collector. So anyway, Jamie has a lot of really beautiful products like this stamp set. She's got a whole line, I don't know if they're still available, I hope they are, of like Disney princesses, and they're some of my favorite stamps. So today I'm going to be using Cherry Sweet, and I'm also using this stamp set. I think it's called Hey Cupcake, and I believe it might have been the Stamp and Die of the Month, but I only have the stamp, and so I actually got this a few months ago and I have not used it yet. So I'm using my very favorite thing in the whole world, which is to snip the top of the packaging, and then that way I don't have to pull everything out and the sticky part doesn't stick to me, and I am loving this way of getting my papers out. So I highly recommend it, especially for the loose leaf papers like these ones. And it just keeps all the paper together. But really cute paper pad, reds and pinks. I really like it a lot. And so my 2 cards, I'm actually going to be using the Easy Wonder die #1, as well as the there is like a one that goes with it. I forget what you call it, but there's one that goes with it. So it's Easy Wonder die #1, and so that die you just lay down on a piece of 6x6 paper, run it through your die cut machine, and you have all these pieces that you can do for layouts for cards. If you do a couple different passes with different colored paper or different pattern paper, then you're going to get all kinds of different things that you can use for your card layouts. And then there's an accompanying die that kind of expands on that. So for example, this particular one has some extra squares and circles so you can do some layering. And so I'm making an A2 size card, and I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue down. I am using my Barely Arts glue, which I do buy from Jamie. I do love that glue. It's become like my go-to thing to put stuff down, as I use that glue. And so I'm using this cute cherry paper, and I'm laying that down. And then all my pieces come from that Easy Wonder die, and then the layering die. And I highly recommend it because I just think it's just really a great way of helping you use your 6x6 paper pads. And I have a lot of 6x6 paper pads, and I'm not using them quite as often as I used to. I've been doing a lot of stenciling and foiling and other things, but it's nice to go back to the roots that we all have of the beautiful pattern paper. So I'm going to go ahead and layer these 2 circles down. I actually used my Copics to color my cupcake, and then I went in with some, I forget which stickles. They have a lot of stickles, like diamond stickles, like the ones that are like clear with some sparkles. So I used one of those. And it might be, I'm actually pulling it out, Stardust is the one I think I used for this. And then I put on foam. I think I'm going to do a little tiny bit of, just a little bit of the white gel pen. Just kind of helps it a little bit. And so I'm just going to do a little bit of doodling, just some dots and some little lines, and just kind of helps kind of draw the eye. And so I've got that on foam. And with the sentiment, I stamped the sentiment on a piece of white cardstock and then cut it down to fit in that little flag. And that little flag actually cuts out with that Easy Wonder die, and I have that on foam as well. So super easy card when you use that layout die. And I'll just put that right there on the front. The first card is done. So I am making a second card. And I did send one of my cards to Jamie in the mail. It probably will not get there until Monday because I was late to send it. And for some reason, the mailman didn't pick it up yesterday. Maybe the mailman came earlier and I just didn't realize it. It's possible. Usually my mailman comes late, but I don't know. So this is actually the piece that cuts off when I cut my cherry paper. So I'm just using the reverse side, so not left with scraps. I have very little scraps with this project, which I'm thankful for. Sorry if you heard my phone spam. I'm being spammed. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and lay that piece down, so no scraps. And then I actually am going to be using this piece as well as this square piece, which is, that one is part of the add-on die. And the one with the circle is part of the original die. I'm just kind of layering those two together. And so what I did with the pink piece is I stamped the large sentiment stamp. Maybe it's supposed to go on the inside, but I put it on the outside. And I stamped that with my VersaFine Clair, and then I sprinkled some black embossing powder over it. And then I heat embossed it. It's a very subtle look, but because that paper is smooth, I didn't want it to smear. So it's kind of why I did it that way. I mean, it will dry, but you know, I don't wait. And so I smear quite a few sentiments. It's very annoying. So I just heat embossed it real quick. And I have this on foam. I'm going to put that down. And then I have this longer flag, which also is cut from the Easy Wonder die. And I kind of cut it down just a tad because it was a little bit long, because I didn't want it to be longer than my square. So I just cut it down a tad. And then I've got this cupcake right here, which is a lemon cupcake. And I also color this with my Copics as well, and I have it on foam. So I'm going to go ahead and put that one down, and make sure that you visit everyone else on the hop and wish Jamie a happy birthday. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, I would love if you subscribe to my channel, help me grow. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.